Never in doubt, mate. Huge win for Newcastle today at St James's Park. It's finished 4-3. Dare I say Newcastle were in control of the match for long periods? No, I won't dare say that. Look, let's run through this because this is going to be, there's so much to talk about for this game. 3 changes. Nick Pope came back in. No Sandro Tonali. So we saw Willock continue and Miley, who thoroughly deserved to start after he was the only kind of shining light from the past few weeks. And Livramento back in for trips and started sluggishly. Everything poor Jacob Murphy touched in the opening 15 minutes turned to liquid shit. And he was the kind of main man at fault for the opening goal of the game, which came for the away side. I was really worried coming into the game today. I don't know if any of you saw the show we did, me and Johnny did on Friday night, but Forest flying high, constant reminders of what they did to us last season at St James's, and Nuno Santo has an impeccable record at St James's when he brings his teams here, whether it's Forest, Spurs or Wolves, of course. But yeah, the first goal, Murphy loses it so cheaply. Pope is caught out of position and Byrne kind of disguises Hudson-Odoi really. It was a really intelligent finish by the Forest winger who, put curve on it to find the far corner just to take Pope out of the equation, really. Could Pope have been quicker back into position? Probably yes, but it was a good finish, and Murphy was the main man at fault. Newcastle responded really well. Constant pressure, a lot of possession. You felt like if we can just get one, then we could be in business, and that one did come through Lewis Miley, who got this kid's immense. We said so many times last season as well where he was thrust into the spotlight, into that midfield for big games, and his intelligence, his wherewithal, his know-how, his footballing brain far exceeds his 18 years of age. Just so composed, technically gifted. Superb performance by Miley, and he got the goal. He got the equaliser. Superb finish. And then it was very much game on, and all of a sudden, as soon as it went 1-1, we're winning 2-1. Jacob Murphy thighed it into the net, and then all of a sudden we've got a penalty. Isak dispatches coolly and calmly. Matt Sells played the way that he played for Newcastle, really. He's been fantastic all season for Forest, but he was pretty poor today, it has to be said. Very unconvincing at times, which is exactly what he was for Newcastle. Good shot stopper, but commanding his area, coming out whether to catch or punch across. It's never really been there. And he was poor today, carried in Isak's penalty. And the fourth goal was superb, and all of a sudden 4-1 up at half-time. This is cruise control. Let's improve the goal difference. And I don't know what the team talk would have been at half-time, because we were absolutely flawless since going a goal behind. The left-hand side worked ever so well. Willock showed great energy. Miley, as I said, technically superb. The young fullbacks who had kind of troublesome games of late, they were both on it. As I mentioned, Hall as well, who I think got Sky's man of the match. Gordon, fantastic, bright, sharp, working hard up and down, and it was going really well. Again, what happened at half-time, I don't know. But we started so sluggishly. Maybe we were trying to wind it down and see it out, kind of conserve a bit of energy. Of course, we travelled to Anfield to take on Liverpool Wednesday night. Dangerous game to play with a team that are no mugs. Just when you think you can write Forest off, they always kick in with a performance, and they did it in this kind of mini game of two halves, if you like. They were fantastic, threatening. We were sluggish, we were slow, we looked half asleep at times. They got a goal back, which was coming, not against the run of play in any way, shape or form. I made a couple of substitutions. Tonali, who didn't start, a bit of a tight thigh or something along those lines. He looked fine enough when he came on, so hopefully he'll be fit and raring to go for Wednesday night. Barnes come back on his return for injury after he was an unused sub last week at the Etihad. And yeah, but there was still something missing. We had the odd chance or two on the break, but nothing of any substance, nothing to convince you that game was really there and we were going to add to our tally. And right when the fourth official announced 3 minutes of stoppage time, Ryan Yates, who's a terrible footballer, really is, broke free of Bruno, and Yates was come on to wind Bruno up. I've no doubt about that. That's all he was there to do. He escaped Bruno at a corner, and all 3 goals we conceded were just utter crap. We looked so vulnerable at times. From Hall aside, we looked really vulnerable. Livramento made a few errors in the second half. We need a new centre-half next season. Yes, give him another year by all means, but it should not be as Newcastle's first-choice centre-half. And look, the sooner Botman can come back and actually stay fit, the better. Look, they've done great to get us through this far this season, but, we all know the score when it comes to that and this summer's transfer activity. 4-3, 3 minutes to hold on. It got nervy, it got twitchy, it got squeaky, it got tetchy. But yeah, we made it through. And look, it doesn't matter how it comes. I would have took any kind of victory today, and that's exactly what we've got. The hunt for Champions League football, where 5th will almost certainly be good enough. 99.9% sure now that 5th place will be good enough in the Premier League this season to qualify for the Champions League next season. So look, it's a huge, huge result. We're just 3 points off 3rd. Yes, it's a very tough game. I'm not expecting us to get anything from Anfield, but you never quite know. I never write this team off because they can pull it out of the fire, but ultimately, it was a kind of mildly concerning end to the game, wasn't it, that second half? But we always had that cushion, but it was, you play with feathers, you get your arse tickled at the end of the day, and we were ticklish when it came towards that final few minutes. So, yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts. Let me know your man of the matches as well. Hull got it, which I don't disagree with, but Miley was there. Isak led the line so well, take his goals out of the equation, and he still played very, very well today. God, unbelievable talent. Took his penalty well. If he'd have missed it, it would have been retaken because Sells had come off his line already. And the 4th goal, which was ultimately the winning goal, was incredibly impressive as well. He's just a phenomenal talent. And he plays for Newcastle, not Arsenal, not Liverpool. He plays for Newcastle. So any people watching from other fan bases, wind your neck in. Lee and Johnny and everyone will be back later on this evening with the last word. Have a very good rest of your weekend. And stay tuned to Newcastle Fans TV.